In this video, I'm going to be reviewing the latest single release from Will.i.am featuring Justin Bieber called #thatpower.
The hashtag silent.
Whatever. #thatpower.
The hashtag silent.
Whatever. It's the third release from Will.i.am's fourth studio solo album, #Willpower. You don't need to play the clip again. And unsurprisingly, it's done very well in its first week of being in the charts, debuting at number 2 and marking the Black Eyed Peas frontman's 5th top 5 single. Personally, Will.i.am, despite being an incredible personality and hugely talented and successful producer to boot, is a constant reminder that you don't need to be an insanely talented lyricist to make it as a successful artist. Hell, he shows that you don't need to be a lyricist full stop. For me, he falls into a specific category. He's good whenever he's a featured artist but sucks whenever he's the lead artist. He does however make up for it by having artists feature on his songs that are worse than him, for instance Cheryl Tweedy, Jennifer Lopez, Britney Spears and now Justin Bieber. So how does this song stack up? Maybe it's a good idea to start with the positives of the song. First of all, the production of this track is actually really good. Comparing this production to his previous 3 songs, I'd go as far as to say that this is probably his best. Then again, he had a very low bar to beat in the first place, so it's probably my lowered expectations that's a benefactor in me saying this. Also, Bieber's piece on this track isn't terrible, primarily because he barely does anything. A common theme that I've noticed on a majority of songs where Will.i.am is the lead artist is that the featured artist barely has any work to do other than repeat the chorus 2 or 3 times throughout the song's running time. If anything, much like the track's production, Bieber's chorus is probably the best out of all 4 songs where Will.i.am leads, probably because it has the most meat to it as far as lyrics go. Nevertheless, saying that his piece isn't terrible doesn't mean to say that it's good. As usual, the weakest part of any Will.i.am song is Will.i.am himself. Once again, the lyrics are about him stroking his ego, basically the same topic as The Hardest Ever and Scream and Shout. Verse 1 opens up with Will.i.am saying how everyone calls him Will.A, he's cooler than Chill.A, how he makes a Malay, a line that references how he used to have a ticket thing, which could be a reference to having to buy meals with tickets and how people hate him because he does things that the haters only dream that they could do. No, Will, people don't like you because your music is dreadful and your lyrics suck. You ain't no fine wine, mate. The chorus is repeated and then verse 2 begins. We go from embarrassingly forced rhymes in verse 1 to verse 2, which rhymes y'all with y'all 6 times. 6 times. And what's hilarious is that this verse reinforces Will's belief that he's working to be the best and that he works well under pressure to make his project progress. Basically a CV style verse that if I were reading it, I stick it in the shredder right away because this verse is just awful. In conclusion, when Justin Bieber is the best part of your song, you fucked up in a way that one wouldn't even believe was remotely possible. I can only reinforce that whilst the production is good, the lyrics are staggeringly bad. I give this song an overall rating of 1 out of 10.
The hashtag silent.